Ruby on Rails. Oh dear reader, the mere mention of this web application framework conjures up an image that is both gleaming and tarnished. It's akin to a once revered monarch whose kingdom has crumbled into disarray, all the while maintaining a facade of grandeur. With the sword of convention over configuration and the shield of don't repeat yourself dry, Rails presents itself as the savior of developers, but upon closer inspection reveals itself as more of a confounding enigma. For a moment, dear reader, imagine the musings of Dostoevsky's Raskolnikov, grappling with the moral complexities of crime and punishment, and transpose them into the realm of coding. This, I fear, is the predicament of the well-intentioned coder who dares to venture into the treacherous lands of Ruby on Rails. What seems simple becomes Byzantine, and what appears elegant becomes grotesquely convoluted. Rails prides itself on convention, a practice as regimented as the most tedious religious ritual. It enforces its norms with a zealous orthodoxy that would make the Spanish Inquisition seem lenient. Where is the room for creativity, for individuality, for that spark of genius that transcends mere convention? Rails stifles it, suppresses it, and casts it into the abyss of conformity. As Orwell might have observed, Rails' mantra of convention over configuration seems to resonate with all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. And what of the monolithic structure that Rails so cavalantly encourages? It's like a modern Tower of Babel, reaching skyward in its arrogance, only to become a tangled mess of confusion. Monoliths might have had their place in the era of pharaohs, but in the agile world of contemporary development they stand as cumbersome relics destined to crumble. Let's not even descend into the labyrinthine nightmares of asset management within Rails. To navigate this morass is akin to traversing Dante's Inferno, with each twist and turn a new circle of hell, fraught with inefficiencies and complexities that would make Kafka's most convoluted bureaucracies seem like child's play. The Rails community, that once vibrant forum of collaboration, has come to resemble nothing so much as a religious cult, devoutly worshipping at the altar of Dry and MVC, unable to see beyond the horizons of their own narrow dogma. To question Rails is to commit heresy, and the response is often as vitriolic as any medieval inquisitor's wrath. Do not mistake my criticism as uninformed mockery, dear reader. There was once a promise in Rails, a glimmer of something innovative and dynamic. But that promise has been betrayed, and what remains is a tangled web of complexity and rigidity. In conclusion, Ruby on Rails stands not as a shining beacon of development, but as a monument to hubris and stagnation. It is a framework that, in its zealous adherence to its own dogma, has lost sight of the very principles of innovation, creativity, and elegance that it once championed. Like the decaying empires of old, Rails persists, a hollowed-out shell of its former glory, a tragic testament to the folly of rigid orthodoxy. Let the Rails enthusiasts rave. The discerning will look elsewhere.